I had enough on my hands, so I never intended or thought we should have a child of our own. But my wife said at least one. I said, okay, one, only one. So that happened, and from the age when she was an infant, 3.5 months of age, I drove across South India with her strapped to my front seat of the car, me driving along, just my one hand here, one hand at the steering wheel. This was the time we were building Isha Foundation, so I travelled extensively, and she was travelling with me when she was 3.5 months old. So first 4 years she grew up in the car with me and in many people's homes. So she met thousands of people and she learned how to become a part of any home, anywhere, whether it's the most affluent home in the world or, a tribal home where just about anywhere I stayed, I made sure that she was exposed to everything. I didn't want her to develop prejudices or privileges of, choices of where to be and where not to be. And by the time she was 3 years of age, she at least knew 1,000 people by name, whom she considered her friends, definitely not her age, all grown-up people. So the tremendous exposure to people, and I thought I won't send her to school because I never liked to go to school when I was young. So I thought, why should I put her through something? Then the only thing I could not provide her is children of her own age. So I put her to a school which is not so competitive, not so pushy. So I looked for a school which was started by J. Krishnamurti, and I put her there so that it's easy. And I said, further you go easy on my girl, because I'm not going to look at a report card. I'm not going to ask which rank you are. I'm not going to ask what are you going to become. So don't have to bother about her marks, her academics. If she plays, if she eats well, I'm happy, she's growing up, she must eat well. If she plays well, if she laughs, if she sings, if she dances, I'm fine. I'm not concerned about this because when I was in school, every test, I was very consistent. I always got 6 zeros because I never wrote a word on any page. If they insisted, I wrote my name, otherwise I wouldn't write. And the final exam came, I only worked for 35 and I always got 35, 36, I just calculated. I've never sat in an examination hall beyond 30 minutes. First bell, I'm always out. And I just calculated for what it takes to move on with my friends to the next class, and that's all I did. Why I'm saying this is, this whole thing I used to watch as a child. When the report card came every month, some children are crying in the classroom because they've got not the marks that their tiger parents want, and some are strutting around because they are first or second or whatever. Whenever the teacher gave me the card, this report thing, I just took it and gave it to my father. I never ever opened and saw, because I thought this is a transaction between the teacher and my father. I don't want to intrude and see what is going on there. So I particularly requested the principal of the school, don't worry about my girl's education. I just want her to be with children of her age group. She eats well, just make sure she eats well. That's my only concern. She eats well, she's playing, she's laughing, she's jumping and dancing, I'm fine with it. So when she became 15 and cleared her 10th standard, I took her out of formal education, and because it was her mother's dream and the girl also was very interested, I put her into dancing and she went into Bharatanatyam, and now she's one of the upcoming artists in the country. So I never treated her as a child first. From the age of 2, from the time she started speaking, I always treated her as an equal, as an adult. I put whatever we're building a foundation, it's run by volunteers. Volunteers means we're doing variety of work. We're running businesses, we're running major projects and activity across the globe. None of them, except a few who teach, none of them are trained for their job, okay? Because I can't I can't wait and pick somebody from IIT or IIM or something. Those who get rejected by all of you, probably they come to me. Whoever comes, I take them and put them into this job, that job, all kinds of jobs. So what can be done with one word? I have to speak 100 words to make them understand, for them to stay on the job, to remain committed, to keep it going. And because they're volunteers, you can't fire them. You can't fire them for inefficiency or this or that. So whatever problems in the organization, in the management, in individual people's problems, adult problems, all kinds, I always, once in a way, I gave her one of the problem and said, what is it? She used to come out with incredible, her own childlike solutions, sometimes perfect solutions, sometimes something wacky. Around 12, 13 years of age, she came home one day and she was disturbed about something that she saw, something that happened at school. And then she said, you're teaching everybody so many things, you're not teaching me anything. I said, see, I am not known to teach anything unsolicited. Here you have come, now sit down. Said, this is all you need to know, you never look up to anybody. Eyebrows rising, that what about you? I said, especially me, because the value of who I am is only if you see me the way I am. If you look up to me, you will nail me to the wall and maybe smoke me, light an incense or put a mala around me and forget about me. This is not going to change your life in any way. You must just see me the way I am. You must see me just for what I am, then I'm of immense value to you. But if you look up to me, you will miss it. So never look up to anybody, never look down on anybody. If you do this one thing, you will see everything just the way it is. Only if you see things the way they are, you can navigate effortlessly, isn't it so? This is so with life also. Only if you see everything just the way it is, you can navigate through life effortlessly. This is all the ability you need to give to your child. So I always treat it as an adult, never trying to place myself above her. This is the fundamental management I did, that she need not look up to anybody, nor look down to anybody, just look at level, at everything the way it is. Just learning to see life just the way it is. Looking up is a lie, looking down is a lie. Looking up is coming from a certain prejudice, looking down is coming from a certain prejudice. Being able to treat every life, everything, whatever it is, this is our culture, I want you to understand. It doesn't matter if a paper, just a sheet of paper, when we were growing up, one paper, you cannot step on it. Yes or no? Many of you have grown up like this in your homes. Just a printed paper, it's nothing, maybe the news is rubbish, but you're not supposed to step on it because you educate yourself through that. If you want to step on the earth, you bow down to it. You don't look up to something or look down to something. What you do to your God, you do to everything. This, not talking about in any cultural or religious way, simply I brought it forth in her life and I think it's worked out wonderfully well for her. So you set yourself into the process of yoga because you don't want to be this kind or that kind, that you will be the kind that you're required to be in a particular moment. If it's morning, you're a morning person. If it's evening, you're a evening person. If you're not required to be a person, you're not a person. That is, you become flexible. This flexibility, we start working with your body to start with. Afterwards, it should come to every aspect of your life. Your physical structure, your psychological structure, your emotional structure, your karmic structure, everything should become flexible, that it can be whatever it is required to be. It is not stuck being this way or that way. So yoga as a process, yoga as a method, yoga as a technology, yoga as a science is essentially to break the limitations of a certain concretization that happens, which we call as personality. To evolve from being a person to a presence. If you're a person, that means you have made a shell out of yourself. You formed a shell. Within that shell only you can operate. If you break this shell, you will no more be a person, but simply a presence. As life is, as God is, just a presence. If it can be encased in a shell, it becomes a person. So yoga means slowly you're working on making the shell thinner and thinner, more and more porous, that one day you can exist without a shell. So essentially, in your experience, yoga means morning. Why the sadhana? The way it is. All aspects of physicality are cyclical in the universe. Planets are going around the sun, the solar system are moving, everything in the galaxy, in the cosmos is cyclical. The more and more you're identified with your physical system, the more and more cyclical you are also. Your experiences are cyclical, process of life is cyclical. If you watch carefully enough, even the situations that you face in your life come in cycles. So yoga means, on one level, to break the cycle of life. What is a circle right now, we want to open it up and make it a straight line. Because if you're going in circles, if I say you're going in circles, what does it mean to you? You're not going anywhere. It just gives you an impression that you're going somewhere, but you're not really going anywhere, you're going through the same thing again and again. So yoga means to open up the circle and stretch it out like a straight line, that if you follow the line, you go somewhere, you're not going round and round. Many of you may have already experimented and noticed. If you have not, do not experiment, because I'll give you the results of the experiment right now. You might have been doing sadhana for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Stop your sadhana for 3 months. Suddenly you will see so many compulsions that you never imagined were a part of you, which were long time gone. Suddenly they will all become a part of you. But those who are doing their sadhana properly, they eat in the morning, they don't think of food till evening. It doesn't occur, because it's no more a compulsion. You eat, it's consciously you eat, otherwise no. You stop your sadhana for 3 months and see, your hands will just grab just about anything and put it in the mouth. These compulsions will suddenly come back. If you just break the sadhana, because nature is not going to release you so simply. You have to work at it and work at it and work at it. Otherwise, you must be happy doing the circle. A circle also can be described as a circus. If you become conscious, the whole thing looks like a circus. If you are not conscious, you can only see 3 feet in front of you, then it's all real. If you can see the whole circle of your life, suddenly it becomes like a circus. Once you realize it's a circus, you don't want to go through the circus again and again. Only if your vision is too limited, you can see only 3 feet in front of you, everything is real for you. If you open up and see the whole circle the way you're going, it looks like a circus and definitely you don't want it to continue forever, you want to do something about it. So these cycles, these repetitive cycles of compulsiveness is coming because there are various types of memories in the system. Memories, karmic memories, information essentially means memory, isn't it? You understand? Any information means memory, isn't it? How do you carry information? Only by memory, there is no other way. Either in your head or in a chip or in a computer, it doesn't matter, you can carry information only by memory. There is no other way any information can stay anywhere. So there's a huge volume of memory, karmic memory, genetic memory, mental and psychological memory, every kind. If this memory was not there, your body wouldn't even take a form. Your body knows that it has to take this form. When you were in your mother's womb, so many billions of people on the planet, everybody took this form. 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, like this. If the memory was not there, we do not know what form it would have taken. It never ever happened that a woman delivered an elephant or an insect or something else. It never ever happened because there is memory. If the memory is not there, this could have taken on any form. So you have retained your physical form the way it is only because of memory. Memory means past. Yes? Memory means always that which is past. If memory is the only thing, if information that you carry, which is memory, is the only thing which determines the nature of who you are right now, that means you are past, or life is past you. There is no real life, it's just a play of memory. If you go and watch a cinema, Rajinikanth. If the cinema happens, it's so big and so real, more real than the real. It becomes a bigger reality than reality because it's so exaggerated. But all this is just memory being played out. Recorded in a film or a digital format or whichever way, it's just memory, it's already over.